at 68, the best fight looks like you and Benavidez. He's born in America. He's half Ecuadorian. So does he count as Mexican, or that fight can happen if in the future?
I don't know. Anything can happen,
But that won't be a reason why I can hold it up that he's Mexican. That
like when I guys, always I say this, you share that video and put whatever you want. When I say I don't want to fight Mexican, it's because I represent Mexico. And that's why. But I don't care. I fight anybody. And I fight all my entire life, anybody. What do you think? I don't want to fight with one Mexico or Benavidez. But look, I hear his dad talking a lot of shit. But look, he's accomplished nothing. One single champion, Anthony Dirrell. Please, don't disrespect myself. Please, guys.
I suppose.
No more question because I'm a little mad and I'm tired.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Oh, Canelo, come on, man. You making it too easy for me. New reports suggest that Canelo is exploring two different options for September. Badou Jack at Cruiserweight/catchweight or Jermall Charlo. That's what I'm going to talk about right here in this video. You stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Canelo, payday. You want payday? I know that. He's back at it again. Subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. New reports come out from ESPN. It says sources, Canelo Alvarez eyes Jermall Charlo or Badou Jack next. Canelo, boxing's top stars, planning his second fight of 2023, and the two leading candidates have emerged, sources told ESPN, Jermall Charlo or Badou Jack. And you guys see it on the screen. The sources in the report says that Canelo and Jermall Charlo could be next, and it's also being claimed that Canelo and his trainer, Eddie Reynoso, met with Al Heyman in Cleveland to discuss the fight. Also, a fight they're looking at is Badou Jack, who just beat a guy that Canelo said he wanted to fight, Makbouk Air. Did we get him? It does smell like ish, doesn't it? Makbouk Air. So since Makbouk Air lost to Badou Jack, I guess Canelo is looking in his direction. I have a lot of questions about this, and we gonna get into it. So for starters, Capnelo is pure cap, because what happened to David Benavidez? What happened to Dimitri Bivol? You had Canelo team, Canelo, Eddie Hearn. You had Canelo's gym, his cronies, guys like Oscar Valdez, who were doing public interviews saying, all Canelo talks about is a rematch with Dimitri Bivol. That's all he can think about. That's all he wants is a rematch with Bivol. Bivol, I made several videos about it, says Canelo really don't want it. Bivol and his manager, Vadim Kornilov, they were talking about it, and they said Canelo's actions are showing you that he's not really interested in making the fight. Because why would you want all the terms the same and you just got bodied and made excuses, and your fans made excuses under those same terms, when Dimitri Bivol told you he is willing to come down to 168 where you're undisputed and it's a more quote unquote comfortable weight for you? Why would you say, no, I only want to fight him at 175? Because it's a scam. And I've said it and I mean it, and I'm standing on that. It's a scam. Here's why. Because win, lose, or draw, if Canelo were to lose or have a draw with Dimitri Bivol, he has the built-in excuse of saying, oh, No, he wasn't ready. 175 light heavyweight is too much weight, which is what the Canelo Chupapi Muñeños and the Canelo Cinnabons said in the first fight when Canelo got bodied by Bivol the first time. That's why Bivol is trying to fight him at his comfortable weight, where he is the undisputed champion and holding the super middleweight titles hostage. In addition to that, even if you lose or draw with Bivol and he retains his titles, then guess what? You still can drop back down in weight and allegedly be the man and be undisputed. Man, Canelo, listen, I said it before and I said it again, and I'm going to keep saying it. Canelo makes this too easy for me. The great ego Stradamus strikes again. You got the idiotic Canelo fans, the hardcore fans that don't live in reality, and they live this fantasy that Canelo is the face of boxing and impenetrable and all these different things. And every time I make videos very direct, just like this, and I speak my mind, my honest opinion on what's going on with Canelo's career, you always have the kicking and screaming from the Cinnabons. They say, oh no, Ego, you're being harsh. Oh no, you're just a Canelo hater. But Canelo does a great job of proving me right, and he does not do a great job of proving me wrong. I predicted this. I said Canelo will likely not fight David Benavidez or Dimitri Bivol next, because Bivol was insistent on fighting where you're undisputed to cut all that fat and get straight to it. So if he beats you, you have no excuses. And I said, if that's the case and he won't budge on that, then Canelo's not fighting Bivol or David Benavidez, the fight everybody in boxing wants. Guys like Floyd Mayweather, Winky Wright, I believe Robert Garcia, and other people in boxing, myself, all want to see the David Benavidez fight. We know Team David Benavidez want to make the fight. Samson Lukowitz, and I made videos about this, the promoter of David Benavidez, said they sent correspondence and a proposal to Canelo Alvarez, to make a fight, and they heard nothing back from Canelo. Canelo's manager and trainer, Eddie Reynoso, tried to puff his chest out and get Brody for the cameras and on social media, acting like David Benavidez didn't want it, and his bluff was immediately called. We haven't heard anything since. He said, he basically, and again, I made a video about this. Eddie Reynoso came out on Twitter and said, I thought you were sending me an offer to Team Benavidez. And he basically saying like, oh, you guys are ducking. That was immediately responded to by Team Benavidez. And then fast forward to the future, Benavidez just did a duck, or actually not Benavidez, but his promoter just put out a statement and a tweet. And he says, man, hate to break it to you, I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame. The Canelo fight will not be happening because they haven't even responded. So there will be no fight. Now, a week later, you hear this nonsense about Canelo might fight Badou Jack or Jermall Charlo, which I got more to say on that. So it looks extremely bad. Canelo, he can't get out of his own way, and he's surrounded by tough fights, and he's doing anything in his power to go against conventional wisdom and making the fights that everybody wants to see. And instead of doing that, like I predicted, he's coming out with all these wild card fights like Badou Jack at Cruiserweight. Are you serious? So how are your fans going to complain and say that a fight with Dimitri Bivol, you bit off more than you can chew and it's not your true weight class, but then you're talking about fighting upwards of 185 pounds? I mean, it just sounds stupid. Canelo is going out sad. Now, as far as Jermall Charlo, because I know the idiotic Canelo man fans are going to say, oh, but Ego, you said you wanted to see Canelo versus Jermall Charlo. So how are you saying this now? Very easy to explain. And let me explain it for the simpletons, the Canelo Simple Simons. It's not hard, but again, I like to make myself abundantly clear. Canelo chooses fights at inopportune moments. I have always wanted to see Canelo versus Jermall Charlo, right? This is stemming back when both Charlos and Canelo were at 154 pounds. Then at 160, Canelo chose to become the franchise champion and had the WBC make a fake title for him instead of fighting Charlo. So this dates back many, many years. If Canelo were to fight Jermall Charlo next, he is literally waiting for the only dry spell where Jermall Charlo has had personal problems and demons and, issues or whatnot that he's spoken to public, and he cried on a podcast, and WBC said they had to grant him some, time away, things like that. Why would Canelo want to fight a man at his lowest? Not to mention, he's been out of the ring since the Fernando Montiel fight, where he had a hand injury in that particular fight. So he's been out the ring 2-3 years. Now Canelo finally wants to fight Jermall Charlo. So I think that's corny, and I think that's lame for boxing. If you are a true competitor, you should truly want to fight somebody at their best. If I'm a hooper and Derrick Rose is his first day back from injury, why would I want to play him in a game of basketball while I'm fresh and he's coming off of ACL, MCL injury? What part of the competitive spirit is that, where you want to take someone who's been inactive at their lowest and then try to make the fight that people have been begging for years? So the only thing I don't like about Canelo Charlo, if it were to happen in September, is the timing. Charlo has been out the ring. And again, I've always wanted to see that fight, but I want to see it under standard terms, which is Charlo has some type of activity, not been out the ring 2+ years and have family issues and probably gain weight and, got to lose a bunch of weight. I mean, why would I want to see it right now? Now, if he does a tune-up and then fights Canelo, I ain't got no beef with that. As far as the Badou Jack, his team is saying that the fight is like 90% done, but here's the thing. Canelo's team wants it at a catch weight. Badou Jack, I know him. He's a bigger dude, and he's taller than Canelo and stuff like that. So Canelo wants a catch weight. So that's another reason you want to fight a cruiserweight at cruiserweight, but at Canelo weight. So you don't want to fight a cruiserweight. You want to fight Badou Jack, who's pushing 40 years old, and you want to fight him at a man-made fake weight classes. And and this is also Badou Jack, even though he's in the higher weight class, this is a guy who started off at 168. So he's really not a true cruiserweight in the same regard as, like, let's say Usyk. Usyk could have never started his career as a pro in the 168 pounds. That's where Badou Jack started, and he had classic fights like with the Badou Jack and James DeGale fight, or the Jean Pascal fight, Marcus Brown. These fights are like 68, 175 range. So you fighting him at cruiserweight because he has a title against Makbouk Air. But again, this is not a career-long cruiserweight. So it's just more cap so Canelo can try to say that, he's a multi-division champion in all these divisions. It looks clownish to me. And even though Charlo's name is being clout chased, if I had to pick, I would say that Canelo is more likely to fight Badou Jack than he is to fight Charlo, despite everything I said about the inactivity. I just told you my personal opinion of why I would not want to see that next, particularly because of Charlo's inactivity. I can truly see Canelo going after Badou Jack more than Charlo, even despite that obvious layoff and disadvantage there, or like an Edgar Berlanga or some other, like Shane Mosley's son. He'll probably try to fight someone like that over anybody. So, I mean, it just looks bad for Canelo. What happened to Bivol? What happened to Benavidez? What happened to David Morrell? Why, and the other thing that's super corny about Canelo, the way he's moving, is if you have ready-made, you're undisputed at 168. This is bad for boxing. You're holding the belts hostage. David Benavidez and Morrell and whoever else should be fighting for those titles instead of you hoarding the belts. No one else can have access to them, and you're fighting out of the division. Part 2 of that. It looks stupid when you got Canelo Alvarez and he has all these belts that he's holding hostage. No one can get him, and you're trying to fight out of the division. It looks stupid if you have ready-made challenges in your own division, which you do. David Morrell Jr., David Benavidez, and there's probably a few others, right? They're ready-made challenges for you at 168 where you're undisputed. Why are you thinking about fighting at cruiserweight? I could understand if you were Andre Ward and you won a Super 6 tournament, so you're looking up at your next challenge. Okay, I want Kovalev. He's the top guy up there in the next division. Why are you looking up several weight classes when you haven't even cleaned out the biggest fights and difficult fights in your own weight class? Corny. That would be like a kid who hasn't even passed his 4th grade exams. You don't know if he can pass those tests and the caliber of tests that you get as a 4th grader. You don't know if he has a 4th grade reading level because you haven't done any kind of reading comprehension test. And then you graduate him beyond 4th, you skip 5th, 6th, and put him in 7th grade. That doesn't make any sense. The kids that are geniuses and that are very advanced, they've proven that they are advanced and they're well beyond the comprehension of the grade that they're in. That's why you hear these stories about, oh, this 14-year-old went to college, or, you know, a 16-year-old graduated college and stuff like that. Because they've been IQ tested and their aptitude and ability to learn far exceeds their years on this planet. But again, it would be stupid to take a 4th grader and advance them into the 7th grade if you don't know if they can complete 4th grade math. Why would you put them in calculus? Why would you put them in algebra if you don't know if they can complete the current curriculum and basic arithmetic? And that's the issue with Canelo. We don't know if Canelo can beat relevant people like David Benavidez, David Morrell, Jermall Charlo in his own weight class or close to it, 168. We don't know if he can beat guys one weight class above, like Artur Beterbiev or Bivol in a rematch. Why are you skipping all this work to try to go to Cruiserweight to fight Badou Jack? Canelo is the true definition of a cherry picker. And the Canelo racist fans that said they hated Floyd Mayweather but somehow love Canelo Alvarez. They say, oh, I hated Floyd because Floyd's a cherry picker. He waited for people to get old. Well, guess what? Badou Jack is probably 37, 38 years old, and he's a career super middleweight, 175 pounder who's now at cruiserweight. What about that? And then you have a young David Benavidez and David Morrell and guy closer to your age and Andre, who's been calling you out. You're not fighting none of them. You're not rematching Bivol, the guy that kicked your ass. You're not fighting Beterbiev, who's a danger just above you. You want to jump all the way out of 2 weight classes, basically, and take these dare to be great challenges. And to me, it's stupid, it's corny, and I don't like it because it holds the belts hostage, and it also becomes a built-in excuse. Like Kell Brook fighting Triple G. You never see me approve of these things. I didn't want to see that fight like that because it's a built-in excuse. Oh, he tried, he dared to be great. Kell Brook messed up his whole career fighting Triple G. You know why we want to see that? But Canelo is so afraid of losing his aura, and he don't want nobody real, especially like a David Benavidez, to pass the torch to. So he's willing to do whatever so they can't like achieve that goal. Like, because if David Benavidez beats him only, he's undisputed at 168. Canelo won't allow that. So he's not going to give him an opportunity, which is what I've been saying. We unpack, checkmate. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.